Hello and welcome. When it rains, it pours because Hasbro is trying to turn their Monopoly money into real. What is going on, my friends? Today we're going to talk about the open gaming license revoking that Wizards of the Coast is doing. This is an insane story, so bear with me. We're going to jump right into this because otherwise this is going to be like an hour-long video, and I don't want that. First things first, I'm going to say, please like, subscribe, and hey, if you want to support the channel, there is Patreon membership, all these things. I could really use your guys' support in making these videos. It goes a long way. But let's get into this. Illegal, January 5th, 2023. Wizards of the Coast, in Washington. It's the exact address. Response, Open Gaming License 1.1. Deauthorization of the Open Gaming License 1.0A, demand for more definite statements. So this is actually a pre-litigation letter that has now already been sent to Wizards of the Coast with everything that is going on that we're going to talk about in some detail here. This person represents Sad Fish Games LLC. They're a holdings, and they do stuff with tabletop gaming. On December 21st, Wizards of the Coast put an announcement indicating a new version of the Open Gaming License would be released. This was part of, I believe, the fireside chat that a lot of Hasbro, Chris Cox and Hasbro, and is it Cynthia, I think is her name, the person that came over from Microsoft, talked about how they need to monetize more things for D&D, and it was also to address some of the concerns with the Magic 30 Fallout and how Wall Street came out and said that Hasbro is burning their golden goose of Magic the Gathering. Notably, however, the language suggests an intention to effectively repudiate the 1.0 version of the license, presumably in an effort to compel publishers to make use of the new 1.1 license. While Wizards of the Coast has been silent since the 21st, you are likely aware that various alleged leaks of draft language from a proposed 1.1 license, some of which appears to be an attempt by Wizards of the Coast to repudiate and restrict the use of the 1.0A license, as well as to compel the sharing of financial data with Wizards of the Coast and potential pay a royalty share of the company for its use of the Open Gaming License. I did a video previous to this on the Open Gaming License, how anyone making over $50,000 has to actually announce their revenue. Well, it looks like this license is going to go even further, going to pick your pocket, take your money, take your adventures. If you make an adventure that Wizards of the Coast likes, they're just going to take it at this point. And we will talk about this very quickly. Section 4 of 1.0, it gets into the details of it. This is a 3-page letter. I will try and link some sort of thing in the description or in the comments down below that you guys can take this. However, from the 5th, they have 10 days to respond to this letter. Honestly, it talks about a lot of things, just legal jargon of the current Open Gaming License. They also talk about Paizo in here, a free league, and other major competitors, and to litigate this matter across the country. So this is the start of like a class action lawsuit. This is the start of trying to get the courts to step in on this, because what Wizards of the Coast is doing, a lot of people believe it would fall under illegal representation of the Open Gaming License. A lot of this fallout comes from a Gizmodo article. This is a very lengthy article. I'm going to try and get through this as fast as I can, because Dungeons & Dragons' new license tightens its grip on competition. An exclusive look at Wizards of the Coast's new gaming license shows efforts to curtail competitors and tighten the control on creators of all size. New Dungeons & Dragons Open Gaming License, a document in which allows a vast group of independent publishers to use the basic game rules created by D&D owner Wizards of the Coast, significantly restricts the kind of content allowed, requires anyone making money under the license to report their products to Wizards of the Coast directly, according to the analysts of a leaked draft of the document dated in mid-December. So someone leaked this out, Gizmodo got a hold of it, and this is the fallout of what's coming out. Despite resurgences from Wizards of the Coast last month, the original OGL will become an unauthorized agreement, and it appears no new content will be permitted to be created under the original license. I have questions because there is a current lawsuit going through the courts right now with Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro, and a newer version of TSR, like brand new version. They only been born in the last 5 years, not the original. They're making claims to the original. They're not. I have a whole playlist on it. I am wondering if that fallout from that lawsuit has anything to play with this. What is the Dungeons and Dragons open gaming license? Well, pretty much it allows publishers and people to pick up a pen and paper, write out an adventure, post it online, and sell it on a marketplace, making it as a supplement to be used with D&D, or Dungeons and Dragons. What is the new OLG1 or OGL1? A lot, actually. While the original open gaming license is relatively short document coming under 900 words, the new one is 9,000 words. It addresses new technologies such as blockchain and NFTs, which NFTs are just junk. Don't buy an NFT. It takes a strong stance against bigoted content, explicitly stating the company may terminate the agreement if third-party creators publish material that is blatantly racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, bigoted, or otherwise discriminatory. And this is why I talk about copyright lawsuit that is going on between Wizards of the Coast and new TSR. There was a part of the lawsuit and litigation was being, TSR had a leaked document of their new Starfront tiers, which they have now denounced and said that they didn't make it, but at the same time they said they wouldn't make it. Blatant racist things in the document, in the new system. Starfront Tiers is officially owned by Wizards of the Coast, and it works alongside Dungeons and Dragons. It's the same sort of rule set as Dungeons and Dragons, just it's a different setting. They just have it in space. Instead of you being on a planet in a fantasy setting, you're in a sci-fi setting. That's the difference between the two. Right? But they use the same rules and they're interchangeable with each other. That is the one nice thing about Dungeons and Dragons from 3.0 and beyond, is it is interchangeable with many different forms of role-playing. And that is why there has been so many supplements out of it, why Pathfinder coincides with it very easily. But this here, at the same time, all those things that they're saying in that it could be seen as discriminatory. Some of that is subjective to the way certain people think, and because of that subjective, it makes it very difficult for a lot of people to turn around and say, yeah, you can't do that. The stuff that we saw in this leaked new Starfront Tiers stuff was blatantly racist. They were taking things straight out of like World War II, where they were literally degrading people based on their skin color or based on what is going on in their life. It was blatantly racist, and I've never seen anything so bad in my life. It's been denounced. It's not being made. That's all dealt with the courts. And that's ongoing. That lawsuit is ongoing. Line here is adding this type of text to the open gaming license. So if Wizards of the Coast, or if someone sits there and complains how you make an adventure and you put something in that adventure that someone disagrees with ethically for their version of ethics, then it gets reported to Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast then can send you a cease and desist, and your project becomes moot. They could also turn around and go to Kickstarter and tell Kickstarter, they can't do that, you need to take it down. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to police everything, and they have done this for a long time with their fan content policy over Magic the Gathering, over certain people. This type of language going into it, there's also more behind it. They're saying that you can't do this. You're going to now have to follow certain rules and not get out there. And unfortunately for me, when it comes to storytelling, there's certain aspects of storytelling where villains can be villains. And if you can't defeat the villain as the hero that you want to do, where does the storytelling really go? One of the biggest changes to the document is that it updates the previous available OLG and state it no longer an authorized license agreement by ending the OLG or OGL. Many licensed publishers have a completely overhaul of their products and distribution, comply with the updated rules. Large publishers who focus almost exclusively on products based on the original OGL, including Paizo, Kobold Press, and Green Ronin, will be under pressure to update their business model incredibly fast. I believe they even say in here, possibly the 13th, I think is a date that I've seen. What will happen to the original? The original OGL granted perpetual worldwide non-exclusive license to the open gaming content, commonly known as system resource document, and directs the licenses, maybe any authorized version of this license, to copy, modify, and distribute any open game content originally distributed under any version of the license. But the updated OGL says that this agreement is an update to the previous available OGL, which is no longer an authorized license agreement. The new document clarifies whether in its warranty section, the agreement governs your use of the licensed content unless otherwise stated by this agreement. Who will be affected? If the original license no longer viable, every single licensed publisher will be affected by the new agreement, because every commercial creator will be asked to report their products, new and old, to Wizards of the Coast. Additionally, while the OGL did not specifically outline the kind of content third-party creators could make available for profit from, the updated OGL is very specific. The updated license only allows for creation of role-playing games and supplements in printed media and static electronic file formats. It does not allow for anything else, including but not limited to things like videos, virtual tabletops, or VTT campaigns, computer games, novels, apps, graphic novels, music, songs, dances, and pantomimes. You may engage in these activities only to the extent allowed under the Wizards of the Coast fan content policy or separately agreed by you and us. And the fan content policy is a whole bunch of other stuff. The leaked OGL draft indicates that Wizards of the Coast may not give licenses a lot of time to adjust to the new policy. The document reads, if you want to publish SRD-based content on or after January 13, 2023 and commercialize it, your only option will be to agree to the OGL commercial version of the license. And it sounds like they're going to have two of them. There's going to be a commercial and a non-commercial. The non-commercial is where you can earn money through Patreons, but ultimately your stuff is free, much like this video. Right? I put up this video, I put it up online. You guys get to watch it for free. If you choose to support me, that's great. I love your support. But if you don't, you still get to watch this for free. So that's the difference here. That's where it falls under the fan content policy, where if you are actually putting out a book, a adventure, and then you're charging money for people to buy that book, that then becomes a commercial entity and a market on its own. And now you have to report that revenue you're making to Wizards of the Coast directly. And Wizards of the Coast, in this new agreement, from what I've read here, if they like what they see, they will scoop your adventure and give you nothing. They just say it's theirs and they own it because you're using their rule set. That's the overarching part of this, why this is so degrading on creators. Who has to register to work with Wizards of the Coast? The updated OGL says that no matter what tier you are in, or how much money you believe your product will make, you must register with us any new license work you intend to offer for sale, including the description of the license work. What the new version of this is going to say is, you're making an adventure, you now have to tell us. You have to tell us straight up, and then we will greenlight it if you're allowed to do it. A lot of this will target Kickstarter, Indiegogo, anyone that's putting adventures up, trying to fundraise so they can build these adventures, play these adventures. they're going to target Kickstarter and it's going to get knocked down. Wizards of the Coast will be able to go in there easily and say, no, 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 you're not allowed to do that. We're going to DMCA your Kickstarter campaign. They have to take it down. Now, will Kickstarter agree? They are a separate entity, but when it comes to the law, and that's where this is going to put in there, is where does the law sit on this? I'll link this article once again down below. This story has been filled with many twists and turns, and it is very fast moving. Information is coming out hourly at this point, so don't be surprised if people are adding to the conversation at this point. If you see something, a video or something like that, please let me know via Twitter or via my Discord. If you guys want to join it, I do have a Discord down below as well. Until next time, you guys have a great day. I'm your proud Canadian Phoenix, trying to keep you guys informed here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hey, I'll take any support that you guys can do at this point. Until next time, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.